ParkChicago is a mobile app that helps users find and pay for parking around the city. For this video, we'll be walking through the main user task flow to improve the key steps of booking a parking spot in the app, with the goal of making it more usable, accessible, and functional. We'll start with the home screen hamburger menu. These items are all useful, but it's overwhelming to see them all at once here. So using these 4 existing categories, we'll create a navigation bar at the bottom of the screen. This will help create hierarchy while reducing the cognitive load of a bloated hamburger menu. Let's clean up the UI by adding the app's logo and make the text field and button consistent. Using a card here will help organize the information logically, making it easier for users to complete their task. We'll also add a search by current location icon for increased functionality. These recent zones are useful for people who park in the same area often, but these numbers don't mean anything. Let's add some context with an address and a map, and add pagination for multiple locations. Perfect. Lastly, this text is not easily digestible, and it's not something you're likely to read while in a potential time crunch to figure out parking. We'll remove it for now and add it back later in the parking flow. After adding your zone number, you're prompted to select your vehicle. Let's again bring some more context with a map and a pin, and clean up the navigation. Again, we'll worry about the disclaimers later. This parking information is super relevant, but it's hidden away. So let's make it bigger and group it with the other relevant parking details. Lastly, we'll change the 2 buttons to tiles and use some friendlier language. After selecting your vehicle, you'll select the length of the stay, either the maximum or a custom length. These options don't need to lead to separate screens, so we'll remove them and add in the time selector. Let's reuse the card design we created earlier, bump up the transaction fee disclaimer, and add clear plus and minus buttons. We'll add back the button to quickly max out the time without any extra screens. A final continue button will bring us to our confirmation. Originally, confirmation occurs with a pop-up modal. It works, but let's improve the readability of the parking details by grouping relevant information. Let's add some functionality by showing the payment method being charged and give an option to change it. At the end here, we'll add the most important part of the disclaimer we removed earlier, while also adding a link for complete details and a pay button with the exact amount so you know exactly what you're paying. The app brings up a second confirmation and a separate screen to show your active parking session. But now that we have a dynamic home screen and no hamburger menu, we can bring this once hidden information to the front and center. We'll reuse our card design and give it only the most relevant information, the address, zone, and time remaining. Lastly, we'll add quick options for further details or to extend your parking session. Overall, we reworked the app to give users what they need at the right time to reduce cognitive load. We improved the information hierarchy and added more context to key points in the flow. We reduced redundancies while making the UI more modern. And we increased the functionality of the experience while making it more friendly.